What is a blessing? Why would we bless something or someone? Well, I can only speak about my experience, and to bless something, in my opinion, is to send out your highest possible frequency of appreciation, gratitude, love for a person, place, or thing. And why would you bless someone or something? Is because it's of service or of value to you. You can bless an object like a car, a bed. You could bless your partner, your lover, your mother, your father. So even though the word blessing has kind of a religious element or attachment to it as an idea, people that are non-religious or atheistic may want to bless something. They might not call it a blessing, but they would want to send their good wishes or good feeling to that person for the appreciation of that thing. And karma, as I've mentioned in another video, is often misunderstood. It's talked about in many religions and philosophies throughout the world about simply what you give, you get back. So if you were to bless something, by the law of karma, you would also receive that energy back, multiplied, because what you give out, you get back. And then it becomes amplified. If you continue to bless something, you keep getting it back, that energy of appreciation. It's not often understood, but that's how the law of karma works. And I also want to mention at this point channeling. And the idea of channeling is often thought of as scary, and it's associated with the occult. There have been several channels throughout history, and one of which that I was introduced to was called His Eminence Sir George King, who was the founder of the Aetherius Society, and he was instructed via channeling to set up the Aetherius Society by a being called the Master Aetherius. Sir George King practiced yoga for hours upon end for many, many years, and he was at the time of his life the only Western master of yoga that I've heard of and that was in existence at that time. And how do you tell the validity of a channel if you are channeling a being? I think one of the ways to do that is to look at the quality of what is being channeled, and is it of service, is it of light, is it of love, is the message that's being received something that is of value to humanity. So when Sir George King set up the Aetherius Society, there was many channelings that took place that were audio recorded, and they are available to the public. I was a member of the Aetherius Society for many years, and I learnt many incredible things. I left for personal reasons, which I would be happy to speak about at a later stage. I love the work of the Aetherius Society. It's basically a spiritual commando force that send out energy and upliftment for trouble situations in the world. It's a worldwide organisation, and they perform missions that are of great service to humanity. And if you're interested, you can go to aetherius.org and find out more about those, or the 12 blessings.org. If you type that in, you will come up with this book, The 12 Blessings, the Cosmic Concept as Given by the Master Jesus. And I want to make a series of videos talking about each of the 12 blessings. And the first blessing is the blessing which says, "Blessed are they who work for peace." And as I said before, if you send out energy to something, you receive it back. So in this system of blessings, what we're instructed to do is raise our hands like this, because we have chakras or energy centers in the palm of our hands, and we imagine white light coming out of our hearts and hands, and we send it as we say it. Blessed are they who work for peace, and we send that out in our imagination and in our hearts and our minds through our intention, and we bless all of the people that are working for peace. And by the same token, we receive back that energy, and then we say a few words in the form of a prayer afterwards, which are written in this book. The book was channeled over a course of 12 weeks decades ago, and you can read about this or learn about it through the Aetherius Society. The reason I wanted to talk about this is because we're in a time called the spiritual push, and the dates of the spiritual push were given for the next 1,000 years, where a large spacecraft called Satellite Number 3 comes into the orbit of Earth and helps humanity with their spiritual efforts. And when you do something like the 12 blessings, you are sending out energy. And during the times of the spiritual push, it's magnified by 3,000. Similarly, there are 12 holy mountains that were charged by Sir George King during his lifetime, and they're all around the world, and you can read about the 12 holy mountains. You can find them online, or you can contact the Aetherius Society and ask about them. There's literature available that you can read about the 12 holy mountains, and on these mountains you can go and tap into the energy of the mountains and send out energy through the 12 blessings. That is as much as sending out the energy if you were an adept or a great advanced being. You can use the energy of the mountains to radiate peace, light, love, goodwill to humanity, particularly during times of upheaval and world situations that are risky, like what we're in now. So we're in a period called the spiritual push, as I mentioned, and I know that these are very kind of out there concepts, so I'm kind of really putting myself out there by talking about this stuff, but I wanted to specifically focus on the 12 blessings and what is a blessing, what is karma, what is channeling, and why channeling happens. And I do appreciate that there can be energies that pretend to be something when they're not it. So, that is something that does happen in channeling, and I appreciate that. And I think that it's, as I said, important to look at what is being said in the channeled work. So the 12 blessings, the cosmic concept as given by the Master Jesus. It's a very interesting subject which I want to talk about over the course of several videos. So thank you for listening, and I know this has been a long video. Big subject. Speak to you soon.